Do you ever feel like your emotions take over before you even have a chance to process them? One moment you're fine, the next, boom, you're suddenly overwhelmed, frustrated, or in tears. If you have ADHD, this probably sounds way too familiar. But why does this happen? And more importantly, how can you manage it? Light bulb. Stick around because today, we're diving deep into the science behind how ADHD affects emotional regulation and giving you practical strategies to take back control. What is emotional regulation? Before we dive into ADHD, let's quickly break down what emotional regulation actually means. Simply put, emotional regulation is your brain's ability to manage emotions in a balanced and appropriate way. It involves 3 key skills. Pushpin, recognizing your emotions in the moment. Pushpin, controlling the intensity of your emotional reaction. Pushpin, expressing those emotions in a way that fits the situation. For most people, this process happens almost automatically. But for those with ADHD, it's a completely different story. Why ADHD makes emotional regulation so difficult. ADHD isn't just about focus and hyperactivity. It affects how you experience and control emotions too. And the reason lies deep within the brain's wiring. Here's what's happening. Brain 1. The amygdala overreacts. The amygdala is the part of the brain responsible for processing emotions like fear, anger, and excitement. Studies show that in ADHD brains, the amygdala is often overactive, which means emotions hit harder and last longer than they should. Stop sign 2. The prefrontal cortex has trouble keeping up. This part of the brain helps regulate emotions and apply logic. But in ADHD, the prefrontal cortex is underactive, meaning it struggles to calm down the amygdala when emotions flare up. Counterclockwise arrows button 3. Dopamine and emotional impulsivity. ADHD brains also have lower levels of dopamine, the feel-good chemical that helps regulate mood. This can make emotions feel intense and unpredictable, leading to sudden mood swings, frustration, and even outbursts. The hidden signs of emotional dysregulation in ADHD. Now, you might be thinking, well, everyone gets emotional sometimes. What makes ADHD different? Great question. Let's look at some of the most common emotional struggles ADHDers face. Fire 1. Intense mood swings. One moment, you're on top of the world. The next, you're drowning in frustration or sadness. These extreme mood shifts can happen in seconds and are often triggered by small things. Police Scarlight 2. Rejection Sensitive Dysphoria, RSD. Ever felt crushed by criticism or rejection? RSD is when people with ADHD experience intense emotional pain over negative feedback, even if it wasn't meant to be hurtful. Collision 3. Impulsive emotional outbursts. People with ADHD sometimes react before they have time to think. This could be snapping at someone, crying unexpectedly, or even experiencing overwhelming frustration over tiny inconveniences. Thought Balloon 4. Difficulty calming down. Ever notice how long it takes to cool off after an argument or a bad day? That's because the ADHD brain struggles with emotional reset buttons. How to take back control of your emotions. Okay, so we know ADHD makes emotional regulation difficult. But does that mean we're stuck with emotional chaos forever? Not at all. Here are some powerful strategies that actually work. Person in lotus position 1. Mindfulness and deep breathing. When emotions get overwhelming, try a 5-5-5 breathing exercise. Inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds. It helps reset your nervous system and regain control. Open Book 2. Emotional journaling. Write down what triggered your emotions and how you reacted. Over time, this can help identify patterns and give you better control over emotional responses. Person running 3. Exercise for emotional stability. Physical activity increases dopamine and serotonin levels, helping you feel more balanced. Even just a 10-minute walk can make a difference. Brain 4. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT helps you identify unhelpful thought patterns and reframe emotional reactions. It's one of the most effective tools for ADHD emotional regulation. Pill 5. Medication and professional support. ADHD medications like stimulants and non-stimulants can help regulate brain function, making emotional control much easier. Always talk to a doctor about your options. Managing emotions with ADHD can be tough, but it's not impossible. By understanding how your brain works and using the right strategies, you can learn to navigate emotions in a healthier way. Sparkles, so which of these strategies are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments. Pushpin. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to white heavy checkmark like this video. White heavy checkmark subscribe for more ADHD insights. White heavy checkmark turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Clapperboard, thanks for watching, and remember, you're not alone in this journey.